Guys and girls, I'm going to assume, and yes, I know it makes an ass of you and me, so I'm going to accept that risk and hope you're going to do your part of it. Just joking. So I'm going to assume, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, that you have been converted to the principle that muscle has benefits for us older humans. That you agree about the importance and the benefits of muscle and the pursuit of muscle, especially in our older years. If you doubt that muscle means so much, then the link below will convince you. This is one of the many scientific studies that I reference. So your next question would be, how do I build muscle, especially in my older years? There are heaps of places that teach you muscle building, but not too many that teach you the details of muscle building in the latter years. The basic principles of muscle building are the same for younger people, but there are some very essential differences between older and younger people that may very likely make a big difference to the muscle and the resultant strength that you can put on, seeing that you are one of those older people. So let's look at the basic principles and the how and the why of muscle. Muscle is built by subjecting one or more muscles to stress via weight. Do this regularly, consistently, and those stress muscles start adapting to that greater weight and your muscles get bigger, and bigger muscles are stronger muscles. Sounds simple? No? There are differences though. Generally, as an older person, you will put on muscle somewhat slower than the younger guys and girls. This is due to protein absorption problems, lower testosterone, and also because you are generally weaker. Protein metabolization is in older people typically lower than in younger people. Your body absorbs protein less easily and also converts that digested protein to muscle reluctantly, let's say. And that's the reason I recommend a higher protein intake for my older clients. Lower testosterone means that you take time to build your muscle in your older years. Does that mean that you have to have recourse to steroids? No. The jury is still out about the need for older guys and girls to take steroids. I mean, the cost-benefit ratio, considering the negative effects and even the dangers of steroids on your body. But this is my take. Keep on building up your muscle at whatever speed it takes. Work on your strength, and my system will give you a systematic, periodized way of doing that, and your testosterone output will increase and thus accelerate your body's ability to put on muscle. That is my scientific take on it. Because you will, if you're just getting started, you will be generally weaker. You will be able to lift lighter weights at first at least. You will also tend to get scared about performing demanding exercises like the squats with weight and maybe even the leg press. This is normal. I have seen this in younger adults. They also tend to get afraid of the more demanding exercises and the weights. The only recourse then is for you to grab the bull by the horns. You need to progress and as boldly as you can, lifting weights, eating well, which I will come to soon, and building your muscle and strength. The easier way is to grab my quick start and get started building up your strength at home, so that within a few months you are ready to tackle the iron. Now, as an adult, an older adult, your food intake has most probably stabilized. You eat enough to keep your weight steady, and if you notice yourself gaining weight, you tend to taper off your eating so that your weight reduces somewhat. Anyway, that's regarding our eating. Now that you're starting to work at putting on muscle, you will need to increase your calorie intake somewhat. So for my clients, I recommend that they simply increase their daily intake of protein, adding 200-300 grams of meat, chicken, lamb, egg, fish, and hard low-fat cheeses. I also suggest a couple of scoops of protein powder. Also, very importantly, you must use the insulin advantage to grow yourself faster. So what does that mean? That is half an hour before and immediately after every workout session, you simply must have a meal that has protein and carbohydrate. I use a yogurt shake with whey because in this carbohydrate, the carbohydrate in this meal raises your insulin, and the insulin shuttles all the protein into your muscles. Because of the carbohydrate in this meal, it raises your insulin, and the insulin shuttles the amino acids in your bloodstream into your muscles, which are calling out for your protein. So this will raise your muscle mass faster than those who don't use the insulin advantage. Having said all the above, that older people will put on muscle slower, you must remember that you are a newbie. If you are a newbie to progressive weight training, then you will gain muscle and strength faster than someone who. Hence, during the first 3 to 6 months of serious weight training, you should see excellent results in both the way you look as well as your strength gains. As always, I recommend that you keep a notebook of the exercises you do each day, noting down the sets, the reps and the weights that you do. And using the system of progressive overload, you increase your weights by 10% each week. Yes, increase your weights by about 5 to 10% each week so that you are pushing your muscles and your mind to perform better every week. Give yourself a break of a week after every 6 weeks of your hard workout. Of course, if you are not pushing yourself, you won't need or deserve the break. And this break will help ease up on your tendons, your ligaments and your muscles. So during that off week, I recommend that you roll your muscles daily, as you should also do on your off gym days. That's it, guys and girls. Let me repeat that you gaining muscle and strength, you will dramatically uplift the quality of your life that you will experience in the near and in the distant future. You will feel stronger, look much better, lose the extra weight and totally feel awesome, majestic. Keep pushing, ladies and gents. Lots of love, and I will talk to you next time.